There was a beggar who lived at a railway station in a busy city. Each day, he survived by asking passengers on trains for a few coins to fill his stomach. It was a routine life. Nothing more, nothing less. One day, while doing what he always did, he spotted a tall man dressed in an elegant suit. The beggar thought to himself, "He looks rich. If I ask him, he'll surely give me a generous amount." So he approached the man, hand outstretched, but instead of giving him money, the man looked him in the eye and asked, "You always ask people for things, but have you ever given anything to anyone?" The beggar, confused, replied, "Sir, I'm just a beggar. I don't have anything to give. I only ask." The man nodded slowly. "Then you have no right to ask either. I'm a businessman. I believe in give and take. If you want something from me, you must have something to offer in return." And with that, man boarded the train and disappeared into the crowd. The beggar stood still, stunned by those words. That night, he couldn't sleep. The businessman's question kept echoing in his mind. "What do I have to give?" he thought deeply. "Maybe the reason people don't give me much is because I have nothing to offer in return. But I'm a beggar. What can I possibly give?" For 2 whole days, he wrestled with this thought. No answer came. Then, on the 3rd day, while sitting near the tracks, he noticed something. Bright flowers blooming by the side of the station. Small, colorful, delicate. He smiled. "Maybe I can offer flowers." The idea gave him hope. That day, he picked some flowers, walked into the train as usual, and when someone gave him alms, he offered them a flower in return. People were surprised, but pleasantly so. Some smiled, others thanked him. The next day, he did it again, and the day after that. Flowers for coins, every single time. Soon, something changed. More people began giving him money. As long as he had flowers, the coins kept coming. When he ran out, they stopped. Slowly, he realized people weren't giving him charity. They were accepting his gift, his gesture, his offering. One day, while doing his rounds, he saw a familiar face sitting in a corner seat of the train, the same tall man in the suit. The beggar walked up to him and said proudly, "Today, I have something to offer. Flowers. If you give me alms, I'll give you flowers in return." The man smiled and handed him some money. The beggar placed a few flowers in his hand. "You've become a businessman now," the man said with a smile. Those words struck deep. The beggar felt something shift inside him again. When the train stopped, he jumped off, looked up at the sky, and shouted, "I'm not a beggar anymore. I'm a businessman. I can build something. I can grow." From that day on, the beggar vanished from the station. 6 months later, 2 men in suits stood on that very same platform. One looked at the other and asked, "Do you remember me?" The other replied, "I don't think so." The first man smiled. "Look closely. This is our 3rd meeting. The first time, I was a beggar. The second time, you told me I'd become a businessman. And today, I stand before you, a changed man." The second man's eyes widened in surprise. "You once told me we only receive when we give. That truth changed my life. I stopped begging and started giving. I used the money I earned from the flowers to buy more. People weren't giving me charity. They were buying. And I became a flower seller. Today, I run a small flower business. All because you gave me the courage to see myself differently." The 2 men shook hands, smiled, and walked away, side by side as equals.